Hello guys, I hope you're all doing great. Welcome to my new video. I know it's been a while since the last time I uploaded something, and that's for the reason I would like to discuss in the future, but it's a topic for another time. I know that's not why you're here today. So without any further ado, let's go to the Ableton and let's start with our main topic of today's tutorial. The main tool that I will be using today is this plugin called Visco by the developer Forever89. First of all, what's great about this plugin is that in practice it's free. Actually, it's not free. There is a fully priced version that you can buy on their website. But what they offer you is this fully functional demo. And the only limitation of this demo is this splash screen that will pop up every time you open the plugin and remind you to buy a full version. So I think it's great that if you cannot pay for the plugin at the moment, they give you this opportunity to use it freely. And I also think they fully deserve the money and the price they ask for this, because honestly, this plugin is really great. So why I like this plugin so much? I think it's great to quickly generate new ideas. When I sit down to start a new track and I don't have a specific idea in my head or I need some inspiration, I always go for this plugin. I think it's especially nice for this modern hard groove, hypnotic, loopy kind of techno, where I use a lot of those rhythmic textures, but also more traditional drum loops. So what exactly is this plugin? It's a sample modeling drum machine. It's not a sampler. You can load samples in it, but it's not going to play it back. It's going to recreate, resynthesize the sample, which then you can manipulate in a different ways. There are 8 tracks. And in each of them you can have 2 sounds. You can use your own samples or you can use factory samples. And like I said, it's going to recreate this sound. And you can also have this slider which allows you to morph between those 2 sounds. It's worth mentioning that it's designed for short percussive sounds, so it really won't work that well with the longer tonal samples. There is also step sequencer, modulation matrix, and mixer with the effects section. And of course, in the center, you have this colorful blob, which is a visual representation of your sound on the 2D grid. And there are a few tools that let you manipulate this blob, which means manipulate the sound. So let me show you how I like to use it to quickly generate new ideas, inspiration, and create interesting techno grooves. Also, I hope you cannot hear it. My microphone probably won't pick it up, but my neighbor is playing classical music really loud at the moment. But he's quite old and a little bit deaf, so I forgive him. He's a really nice, he's a really nice older dude. Mechanism. So first I created this basic techno loop that sounds like this. So it's only kick, that is just a sample. hi-hat. To make this, I used Unfiltered Audio Battalion. That's another great drum plugin that I want to cover in the future. And the last part is this simple bass line that I use minimal audio current and its sub engine to create. So as you can see, really basic techno pattern. And the interesting part comes next. Okay, so now it's time to fire up Visco. And the first thing we will do is we will generate a random sequence using this random button. There are two options, random sound and random sequence. We will use both at the moment because we're starting with the clean page. And let's see what we can get. Okay, interesting. Let's see how it sounds with the rest of our loop. Okay, let's see if we can get something more interesting. Okay, let's try one more. Interesting. Let's try a new one. And let's try one more. Okay, let's say I like this one. So now when we have our sequence, we're going to use those 5 knobs at the bottom of the plugin: transform, timescale, frequency, contrast, and density. They are like the global macro to control all sounds at once. And what I like to do is to put Visco into an instrument track, so I can assign those five knobs to the 5 knobs on my push, or you can use any other controller. Any controller with at least 5 encoders will do. So now when we have our sequence, we can just play it and jam with the knobs and see what we can get. Okay, let's try to generate a new sequence. Okay, let's try one more. So what we can do now is, for example, take something like LFO tool. And let's assign it to one of our macros. Let's say global timescale. Let's restrict it a little bit so it's not that extreme. Let's take another one and let's assign it to, I don't know, let's say global frequency. Sounds quite interesting, isn't it? And if you like your sequence, you can just export it and put it into an Ableton timeline. If you want to take it even further, you can use a bunch of creative effects to make those loops even more interesting, like in those loops you've heard in the intro. For example, in this one, I used Portal. A really great granular effect. It can really take it to another dimension. For this one, that sounds like this, I used Rift. It's really great distortion plugin, creates this really crunchy rhythmic texture. For this one, I use Influx. Really nice effect. It was free a few months ago when I downloaded. I'm not sure if it's still free, but please check it out. It's really a great plugin. And for this one, I used unfiltered audio triad to give it more dimension.
Mechanism.
So as you can see, you can go as crazy, as creative as you want with it. The key is experimentation. Not everything will sound great at first, but finally you will find something that you really like. And it's just so much fun to use this plugin in this way. And yeah, I advise you to try it for yourself. If you're still watching, thank you very much. That was my first tutorial after the long break. In my next tutorial, I want to take one of these ideas and develop it into a full track. Show you the way how to do it, or at least how I do it. And yeah, I hope it will be interesting, and it's something that you would like to watch. Again, thank you very much, and see you in my next video.
Mechanism.